and welcome to this BuyBotPro video. In this video, I'm going to talk you through some of the VAT bits within BuyBotPro, so some of the toggles and some of the settings, just to show you exactly kind of who they apply to and what they can be used for. So the first thing, or one of the first things you need to do when you get BuyBotPro is set up your VAT settings to make sure that BuyBotPro is taking into account what it needs to take into account, and also it's not taking anything into account that it doesn't need to make sure everything's accurate. So if you just click on your cog here, you'll see you have got a drop down here under tax and VAT settings. Now, if you're a US or Canadian seller, then you just need to choose not applicable US and Canadian sellers, and that's really, really simple. Make sure you come down to the bottom and click Save and Sync so that BuyBotPro can input those changes, and then you're all good to go. So the next one down on that drop down is non-VAT registered. So this is the majority of new sellers and also smaller businesses, because they don't yet need to register for VAT because they haven't hit that threshold. The other thing that if you're non-VAT registered, you will want to know about and take a look at are these two toggles here. So the referral fee VAT exemption toggle and the FBA fee VAT exemption toggle. Now, because the UK has left the EU, this means that you shouldn't be paying VAT on those fees. Now, bear in mind, this isn't something that you can just toggle on and you're all good to go. You need to request this exemption from Amazon through Seller Central. So like I said, you can't just toggle it on for your own accord. You need to make sure that you've got confirmation from Amazon. And once you have, you can toggle them on. Don't forget to click Save and Sync, and then BuyBotPro knows exactly what to take into account. Then the next one down, you have got standard accounting. So standard accounting is a VAT registered seller once the turnover reaches a certain amount. Once you choose that option and click Save and Sync, you'll notice that another toggle becomes available to you in the settings, and that is the grocery VAT toggle. Now, of course, don't forget you've got tooltips to explain these things in a bit more detail. So this is a toggle where you can basically choose how you want BuyBotPro to calculate VAT on items in the grocery category. So whether that is 0% or 20%. A lot of people will choose to set it to 0 because often items in the grocery category are 0. But you might be thinking, well, actually some aren't. So what BuyBotPro then has is the VAT override. So let's say you've got it set to 0 here. If you come back to your main panel using that cog there, you'll see there's a box that's appeared here, the VAT percentage override. And that basically means that you can input a percentage of VAT and it will override the VAT percentage that has been applied in your settings on that grocery toggle. So let's say, like I said, you've set your grocery toggle to 0, as generally ASINs in the grocery category will be 0, but you know that a specific product isn't 0, it's a different percentage. You can override it using that box, and then BuyBotPro will take that into account. The other one you have, other option you have in your settings is flat rate scheme. So the flat rate scheme is where basically a seller can pay a lower percentage of VAT on their annual turnover. It works best for businesses where physical product purchases are low, so it's unusual for online arbitrage sellers to be on a flat rate scheme. The rates are determined by HMRC and they do vary from sector to sector. Like I said, it's not very common among online arbitrage sellers, but of course we want to make sure that that option's there for you. The other VAT thing I want to just make people aware of, if they haven't seen it or maybe they're not quite sure how it works, you'll notice you have a little kind of a button here that's got a minus and a tie and multiply sign and things on it. So if you hover over, it says buy price VAT percentage override. So this is, if you click on it, basically gives you the option to change the VAT on the buy price, because you might be purchasing items from a country that doesn't charge you VAT, so you want to override that buy price VAT percentage, and that's the box there where you would input that and then obviously hit the analyze button afterwards. Hope that all makes sense. Any questions, just drop an email to info@buybotpro.com. Thanks for watching and I'll see you soon.